Hello, welcome back to my channel and welcome to another weekly reading vlog. So today is Monday, March 27th, I think, and I am in the middle of a book, which is The Poisoner's Handbook? I was gonna say Handgame, that made no sense whatsoever. The Poisoner's Handbook. And this book is nonfiction and it's kind of like history, true crime, and it was actually gifted to me by my coworkers when I was in Italy. So yeah, I am only 2 chapters in, but I am having fun with it. And then I wanted to start this book last week, but I did not, and I want to start it this week, and it's A Day of Fallen Night. And I have a bookmark here like on the first chapter, the prologue, but I haven't started yet. And also this book is massive. And yeah, I am very excited to get to it, but also definitely intimidated. And I haven't yet started because I have a lot of things to do. And like the first half of this week is going to be stressful because I have deadlines. And yeah, it's going to be stressful, but hopefully I will still manage to start it. If not, I will just try to make up for it in the second half of the week. And then I want to start the fourth book in the Mortal Instruments series, which I think is A City of Fallen Angels. And actually, I'm going to be reading that with my friend because she has stopped the series on the fourth book. So we were talking about it yesterday. And we're going to read the fourth book and fifth and sixth together. So that is going to be fun. It's definitely going to make the series a lot more fun because I'm not disliking it, but I'm also not loving it. So yeah, this is definitely makes me more excited to read this book. And then this is already way too many plans for a busy week. So let's just focus on this because there will probably not be any more books involved here. So yeah. Now, in terms of what I'm going to watch this week, the second season of a TV show came out last week, and that is a Brazilian show that it translates to Invisible City. And it's about Brazilian myths. I don't know if myths is the right word, folklore, I don't know. But I really like the first season, and I watched it with my Brazilian friends. So she was like explaining the myths to me, which definitely made it a much more fun experience. And this time I'm not gonna be watching it with her because she is in Brazil. And like I said, I have the deadline of my PhD application in, it's not in 2 days, it's actually Friday, but like in the last couple days, the website just crashes and no one can access it. So we wanna like be finished a couple days before, or hopefully tomorrow, like just have everything and submit it. So definitely a stressful beginning to the week. And yeah, that is it. I will update maybe Wednesday, maybe Thursday, we'll see. Hello, it is Thursday and this is Crooked as usual. And I have finally submitted my PhD application. Actually, it was only this morning, not Monday or Tuesday like it was supposed to. But yeah, it's finally done. The deadline, I don't know if I said the deadline is tomorrow, but the site usually crashes on the last day. So we really wanted to do it at least a day before, and we did it. And yeah, I feel like a huge weight has lifted off my shoulders and I'm not stressed anymore. I am stressed like generally because I am a generally stressed, anxious person, but like not stressed about that particularly, which is a win. And in terms of reading, I have only read like around 50 pages of The Poisoner's Handbook, which was 2 chapters, which was 2 different poisons, which were arsenic and mercury. So, fun stuff. And yeah, I am really enjoying it. I'm learning, about death and murder, which is fun. I mean, what else could I possibly want? And then I have read 350 pages of A Day of Fallen Nights. I am at the end of part 2. I'm gonna start part 3, and there are things falling from my book. And yeah, I am really liking this. We are following, I thought we were gonna be following 3 girls because in the prologue we see them being born basically, and so I thought they were gonna be the 3 main characters. But so far, like, one of them definitely is. The other 2, not so much. Like, there are other people in the same region as them being like maybe more important, especially one of them. But anyway, the 3 girls are Dumai, and she is in the east, Glorian in the west, and Siu in the south. And in the east, we are following, like I said, Dumai, and she was living, like, she had been living her whole life in a temple in the mountains with her mom, and she was, I think, 27 in chapter 1. And that's all she's ever known until one day someone gets there, and basically her mom's past, and technically her past as well, like, catch up to her, and she has to leave her home and go somewhere else to do something that she was basically like kind of born to do. And obviously she doesn't want to do that. Firstly, because she just doesn't. And secondly, because again, she's going to be leaving her home, the only place she's ever known, and she's going to be surrounded by a bunch of strangers who she doesn't know if she can trust. I mean, some of them she knows that she cannot trust. So, fun. And she doesn't really want to go there, but she kind of has to. And since she is a precious little bean and she doesn't want like people that she likes, she doesn't want them to get hurt, she goes and she's there. And she actually, like, when she's at that other place, she learns about something else that she might have to do, and now she's kind of conflicted because she might not be able to do both. And I really really like her. And yeah, I feel like the east is the part that is the most different from how it is in the Priory of the Orange Tree, which is 500 years later than this story. And we are finally starting to see how things might be changing, like from how they are now to how they are in the other book. And that is really fun. And then in the west, we are following Glorian, who is the heir to the throne. And the lineage of queens in the west, they are thought to be what keeps the Nameless One, which is like the evil figure, away. So they are basically like thought to be the ones that are protecting the world from evil. And so the duty that they have is, like, the queens, the duty that they have is to basically like get married and have another daughter, because they always have like only one daughter who will then have one daughter and so on. And they just need to keep their line going so the world is safe. And again, Glorian doesn't really want to do her duty. And I feel like in the west is the part that we have gotten less from, especially in part 2. And then in the south, we are following the women from the Priory of the Orange Tree, which is a group of women, like I said, that are trained as warriors, and they are also tasked with keeping the evil away. And I fucking love them. They are all icons, and they're so badass and incredible, and absolutely love them. And like I said, we are following Siu here, but I feel like, lately we have actually been following another character more, and her name is Tunuva. And I love her even more than Siu. She is amazing. And yeah, they're all, like I said, they were iconic. And also I have a theory about the identity of someone and like how that character is connected to another character. And I don't know if that's true, but I really want my theory to be right. So yeah, that is that. I am really liking it. I am loving the world building because we are learning a lot of things that we didn't learn in the Priory of the Orange Tree, and I am loving to see like the similarities and also the differences in how the world is like 500 years before. And I really like almost all of the characters, and yeah, it just feels so good to be back in this world. It is not giving me the 5-star feeling, at least so far, but definitely having a great time with it, really enjoying it, and yeah. And also, this book is really heavy and my hand is hurting already. But that is everything that I have read so far. I only started reading this on Tuesday, so I read Tuesday and yesterday, and I want to read like the remaining 500 pages today and tomorrow. So, wish me luck. And I will only have, if even if I manage to do that, I will only have the video up on Saturday instead of Friday. I mean, I'm not gonna force myself to read it because I am really liking it, and I don't want to like not like it because I'm forcing myself to read more than I want to. You know what I mean? So there's that, and that is pretty much everything that has been happening, because I was just, finishing up some details and documents for the application, and mostly I was just stressed. But that is over now, so hopefully I will be calmly reading my book instead of stressfully reading my book. And I mean, not very calmly, because like stressful things are happening in the book, but not to me. So that is better, I suppose. And I still haven't watched the TV show I said I was going to, and also haven't started City of Fallen Angels, but I don't think I will like before finishing this. And I actually have been listening to a podcast. Like I had started it maybe last year, but then I stopped because I listened to a few, and this was not one of those that I listen to every week. And also like I never caught up to it because it has a few hundred episodes and I still have like 100 something to catch up on. So, but I have been listening to a lot of them lately, and it is called True Crime Obsessed. And I mean, I am obsessed with true crime, so it just makes sense. And I mean, the hosts are hilarious, and yeah, it's just a fun time talking about murder. Again, like a fun time about murder. Like, are we seeing a theme here? Absolutely. And yeah, that is everything I think that I have to update on. Hopefully, I will finish this by Saturday. Maybe I will update on Saturday. Who knows? But just want to say that I am less stressed now. And yeah, I will see you maybe on Saturday. Okay, so it is Saturday and I have just finished filming and editing, and I mean, it's currently uploading my video for this book because I did finish it and I really enjoyed it. I liked all of the characters, which is very rare for me. I never like all of the characters are like I said, very rarely. But yeah, I really like them, and especially like one specific character. She was an absolute icon, and she was like such a badass, but also so precious. And she was everything. I loved her so much, and the whole plot was very interesting, and the world building was amazing. The one thing that I have to say that was like negative was the fact that, since this is a prequel and I have read the book that takes place 500 years after this, I already knew kind of how the world would turn out. And so I feel like the stakes were not that high, because I knew like what would go right, what would go wrong, at least sort of. So I feel like the stakes were not as high as they would have been if this was the first book in the series that I was reading. But okay, I don't even know what I was saying anymore, but the point is, I really like this book. It was not perfect for me. It was not like 5 stars. I think I already said it, like I was not feeling the 5 stars, but it was really, really good anyway. I had a great time. I suffered a lot with these characters because they were suffering. And yeah, I really liked it, and I gave it 4 stars. And I did a puzzle yesterday, like you must have seen. And I have this thing where when I start a puzzle, I can't stop until I finish it. But I also had 250 pages to read of this book yesterday, and I did not have the audiobook, but I was like obsessing with the puzzle. So I had the ebook, like PDF. So I converted it into a Word document, and then I played like the read out loud thing of Word. And so like it was reading the document to me while I was doing the puzzle. And I mean, it's not as good as an audiobook, obviously, because it's like an audiobook with no emotions. But I mean, I was feeling enough emotions with what was happening for it to be good enough. And like I said, I needed to finish the puzzle, but I also needed to finish the book. So, that was, that's what happened. Anyway, I have not made any progress in this one because all of my focus was on that other book, but I probably will today or tomorrow. Will I finish it? Who knows? And that is all that I have been doing. I mean, I have been watching a lot of interviews and stuff of the cast of Shadow and Bone because I am obsessed with every single actor and actress in that show. I am especially obsessed with Jessie. Like, she's literal sunshine, and I love her. And like I said, I am obsessed. But I mean, I love all of them. And the more I watch, the more videos I'm recommended. So it's like a cycle that I can't get out of. Not that I wanna get out of it, but like if I did it, I wouldn't be able to. And yeah, I need to go because I'm hungry, and that was actually my parents getting home with food, and they didn't have like available hands to open the door. Anyway, I am hungry. I'm gonna go eat, and then I will probably read this. I still haven't watched like the goddamn show that I want to watch, so maybe I will do that, and then who knows. But either way, I will be back to talk to you on Monday. today it is Monday, and that means it's the end of this weekly reading vlog. And I finally, on Saturday, I finally watched the show I wanted to watch, and it was so good, but also was so short. It was only 5 episodes. I mean, I have been waiting for this for like 2 years. Yeah, probably 2 years. For 5 episodes, like, are you serious? But it was so good. Like, I really liked season 1, but I think season 2 was even better, which makes it even crazier, the fact that it was only 5 episodes. You know? But anyway, it was really, really good. I really liked it. I mean, I don't know if there's gonna be a season 3, but I hope so. And, I hope it's more than 5 episodes. But anyway, I got to page 195 of The Poisoner's Handbook and still having a lot of fun. And I don't know if it's because yesterday I was in a very weird mood when I was reading this or not, but like the last chapters I read were so funny. And I mean, we're talking about death and murder, and I mean, that's fun, So yeah, having a lot of fun with this book still. I have maybe 3 chapters to go, so probably finish it this week that I am now on. Yeah. Anyway, I also started another book, and that is The Final Empire, which is the first book in the Mistborn series, and it's my first book in the Cosmere universe, world, whatever. I know that you can start at many different points, like many different books, but decided to start with this one. And I've only read the prologue and 3 chapters, but I'm really liking it. I am intrigued, and I'm already invested in what they're doing because, I mean, I don't know much yet because, like I said, I've only read 3 chapters, but basically they live in a world where like the bad guy, evil thing won, and it has been ruling for 1,000 years, and now they're gonna start like a revolution, a rebellion. And I know that the magic has something to do with metal, but I still don't know how. And most of the people who have the magic, they can only do like one thing with it, but there are also other like more rare people that can use it in many different ways, and they have just found like that person, like one of those people. And that is everything I know, but very interested so far and really liking it. And yeah, that is everything. I mean, I have continued to, spend hours watching interviews and edits of interviews of the Shadow and Bone cast. I mean, I am having way more fun with the interviews than with the actual show. And I mean, I did like the show, but I just love everyone in the cast. They're so funny. And yeah, but that is everything. So let's just wrap up everything that I read. So I read A Day of Fallen Night, which was 846 pages. Then I read from page 49 to page 195 of The Poisoner's Handbook, and that was 146 pages. And then I read the first 61 pages of The Final Empire, and that gives me a total of 1,053 pages. So happy with that. And I mean, last week I fixed my reading slump. I got over it. And I mean, the fact that I read a almost 850 page book, I mean, I guess we could say that I am definitely over my reading slump. And I am very happy about that. And I think that is everything that I wanted to say. And that is everything for this weekly reading vlog. And I really hope that you enjoyed it. And if you did, give it a like and subscribe. And I will talk to you next time. Bye!